Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we are tackling something that impacts absolutely every single one of us: how to master focus methods, stop wasting time, and finally regain control of your workday. If you've ever reached the end of the day feeling completely exhausted, but somehow left wondering what you actually accomplished, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to break down the absolute best methods for productivity directly from our source material, giving you a crystal clear, structured path to take back your time.
So let me ask you a question. Are distractions quietly killing your productivity? Really think about it. Endless notifications buzzing on your phone, a dozen tabs open across three different monitors, that constant, relentless pull of the inbox. These aren't just minor annoyances. They're actually secretly draining your mental energy and flat out ruining your workday. And before we can fix the problem, we have to recognize just how much of our attention is being hijacked on a minute by minute basis.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with Section 1, the silent productivity killers. Then, we'll move to Section 2, why focus equals success. Section 3 is our core module, your ultimate focus toolkit. In Section 4, we'll look at a real-world success story with Rasta Infotech. And finally, Section 5, the daily productivity challenge. Starting things off with Section 1, the silent productivity killers.
It is incredibly important to validate what you might be feeling right now. Staying focused is literally harder today than it has ever been. We operate in a world that is purposely designed to constantly interrupt us. Every ping and pop-up is a tiny fracture in your concentration, and those fractures add up to massive losses in productivity by the end of the week. Now, society often glorifies multitasking, but the data clearly shows it actually drains your energy and splits your focus, leading to a lot more mistakes and a totally burned out brain. The alternative? Single tasking. This is the highly effective habit of committing to finishing one single task before you allow yourself to move on to the next. Single tasking preserves your mental energy and allows you to actually go deep, rather than just skimming the surface of 5 different projects at once. Which brings us to Section 2, why focus equals success. We've identified the problem, so let's look at the tangible, real-world benefits of developing a fiercely focused mindset. Why should you put the effort into changing your habits? Well, because intense focus provides an absolutely massive productivity boost. You don't just complete tasks faster, you complete them with much higher precision. And naturally, that boost leads directly to stress reduction. When you have clear priorities, you completely eliminate that terrible feeling of overwhelm because you know exactly what you are doing and why. Ultimately, this scales all the way up to business growth. When focus is embedded into a company's culture, organizations thrive because their teams are aligned and efficient, rather than scattered and constantly putting out fires.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. Section 3, your ultimate focus toolkit.
Understanding that you need focus is one thing, but actually executing it is a whole different ballgame. We are going to break down a concrete, actionable toolkit of proven productivity methods that you can start using the minute this explainer is over. The first tool in our kit is time blocking. This is the practice of dedicating specific hours strictly to deep work. Let's be honest with ourselves. Our to-do lists are usually just wish lists until we actually block out the calendar time to do them. By protecting, say, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a major project, you are basically building a fortress around your time. It naturally prevents multitasking and ensures your best energy goes to your highest value tasks. Next up is an absolute classic, but still one of the most effective methods out there: the Pomodoro technique. This is a time management method that utilizes focused work sprints, followed by very short, intentional breaks. The brilliance of this technique is that it creates a reliable rhythm. It deeply respects the fact that human attention has limits, and it is specifically designed to keep your brain fresh throughout a long workday, which entirely prevents that dreaded 3 p.m. burnout. So the crucial point is the exact mathematical formula: 25 minutes of highly focused, uninterrupted work, followed by exactly 5 minutes of break time. During those 25 minutes, you ignore absolutely everything else. It's just you and the task. Then, during the 5 minutes, you step away from the screen, stretch, maybe grab a coffee. It sounds incredibly simple, but stringing 4 or 5 of these intervals together, that will yield more actual results than an entire day of distracted, unfocused effort. Moving on to our third tool, the digital detox. In a daily work context, this means actively limiting social media and unnecessary notifications. Let's face it, sometimes sheer willpower just isn't enough, and hey, that is completely okay. The source material suggests the practical use of website blockers.
These tools create a physical, digital barrier that stops you from instinctively opening a new tab to check social media the exact second your work gets slightly difficult. It keeps you on track by removing the temptation altogether. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is how the Eisenhower matrix forces us to separate the urgent from the important. It's a simple 2x2 grid. Often, we spend our entire day putting out fires, doing things that are urgent, but maybe not actually all that important in the grand scheme of things. This matrix forces you to categorize your tasks so you can focus on the quadrant that truly drives results, the tasks that are highly important even if they aren't screaming for your immediate attention.
Let's actually slow down for just a moment to look at this next tool, mindfulness practice. Productivity isn't just about output and speed. It's also very much about your mental state. Taking just a few minutes for simple meditation or focused breathing exercises can completely center a distracted mind. When you feel the overwhelm creeping in, pausing for a mindfulness exercise acts like a hard reset button, sharpening your concentration and significantly lowering your physical stress levels. Our final tool in the kit is Workspace design. Your physical environment has a massive psychological impact on your internal focus. A messy, chaotic desk almost always translates to a messy, chaotic workflow. By creating a clean, clutter-free environment, you positively impact your efficiency. A minimalist space doesn't just look nice, it removes visual distractions and creates room to actually inspire your creativity.
Let's look at a real-world example in Section 4, Success Story, Rasta Infotech. So, how does all this look in the wild? It's always helpful to see exactly how an organization takes these productivity theories and applies them successfully in a live, fast-paced business environment. Take Rasta Infotech. They deliberately embed these strategies into their daily operations by utilizing time blocking at an organizational level for all their project management. And instead of constant interruptions, they actively encourage a digital detox during brainstorming sessions, meaning laptops and phones are completely put away so the team can actually engage with each other. Plus, they intentionally design their offices with minimalist workspaces to keep their teams inspired and fiercely focused. And this brilliantly illustrates how a disciplined culture of focus yields incredibly consistent success. And this holds true even in notoriously demanding and complex fields like IT and digital transformation. Rasta Infotech proves that when you protect your team's attention at a structural level, the long-term results and business growth naturally follow.
Let's move to our final segment and see how this all builds together in Section 5, the Daily Productivity Challenge.
Because knowledge is really only potential power until you apply it, right? So I want to challenge you to take these theories and implement them today. Here is a simple 4-step challenge to lock in what we've learned. Step 1, write down your top 3 tasks for today, literally just 3. Step 2, apply time blocking to give those tasks specific hours on your calendar. Step 3, when those hours hit, use the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off to execute the work. And step 4, tonight, take 2 minutes to reflect on your productivity. Did you get more done? Did you feel a bit less stressed? Try it out and build this actionable habit right now. Because remember, focus is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. Grinding away for 12 hours while constantly distracted is not a badge of honor anymore. True progress and true productivity comes from intentional structure, fiercely protecting your attention, and actually utilizing the methods we've covered today. So, I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to chew on. If focus is the true currency of success, how will you choose to spend your time today? Are you going to let distractions bankrupt your potential, or will you use these tools to invest in your own efficiency? The methods are right in front of you. The choice is yours. Have an incredibly productive day.